for the whole time. Yo. Yeah. What up, man? How you doing?
I'm good.
I'm good
Just
too.
want to say what's up to you, man. Good to meet you,
Appreciate
brother.
that, man.
I love your ciphers.
Oh, wow.
Can I show you a song real quick?
Oh, that was a good transition. Okay, let me talk to Kai first. I don't want to make a promise. If you catch me again, I'm down to listen. If you catch me again, I'm down to listen.
Appreciate you, man.
That was, he said, I like your ciphers. I've never heard no one say that because my ciphers suck.
Well, you better rapping?
Yeah. But he transitioned that to say, you want to listen to my shit.
Wow, that
wasn't,
was smooth.
yeah, that was, he tricked me.
Good.
He almost tricked me, bro.
But did he insult you?
No.
That's really,
Nah.
Hello. Hey, how you doing? I have a feeling that this video is gonna do decently well. And you can notice that I have a Streamer University hoodie on, right? And this is a genuine Streamer University hoodie from 2025. My friend at the time, well, I mean, I guess they're still my friend. The point is, this hoodie is genuine from official Streamer University, held by yours truly, Kai Cenat. Right? The great, the legend, the almighty, the overlord of the streaming community. Currently, well, I mean, I guess there's Speed too, but you all know who he is. He needs no introduction. I swear I'll get to the point. I will. But I have something else cool to show you for my credibility standpoint. So, taking a look over here, here's my wallet, right? I'm not going to show you too much. This is my zip card. This is also a legit Streamer University card, you know, from the first one ever held. This is also a legit piece of, this is also a relic, a historical relic of the internet as we know it today, which I will admit is quite, the internet's in a weird space, but anyway, so you can read the back. This card is property of Streamer University and must be shown or surrendered to officials upon request. And then there's the University of Akron is not responsible for loss or damage, blah, blah, blah. Right, so I think you all get the point. I was there. I seen it. I lived it. And so on. And I want to talk about something different. I want to come at this Streamer University thing from a different angle. And that angle is this. I have nothing negative to say about any of these guys. I don't have anything negative to say about DDG. I don't have anything negative to say about Kai Cenat. I don't have anything negative to say about Agent, Duke. None of them, right? This is not a slandering video. However, I do want to tell you, or I at least do want to point out, that this whole streaming thing, this whole content thing, this whole creativity thing, this whole dream chaser aesthetic or idea is not unachievable, right? And I think that the biggest problem with this sector of the entertainment community is that success, numbers, money, whatever you view as success, whether it's 100,000 views, 10,000 views, whether it's $100,000, $10,000, whether it's a Lamborghini truck, a mansion, a mindset, a body, a six-pack, whatever it is, the people that have these things, I feel like they make it seem like, whether it's intentional or not, they make it seem like these things are only achievable for a select few of us, right? You know, only a few of us can touch $1 million. Only a few of us can touch 1 million people's hearts. Only a few of us will be special. Only a few of us are capable of achieving our full potential. And that's just not true. That's not true at all. You know, I will admit it is difficult. For example, you know, 1 million subs on Twitch probably will never happen again. And if it does happen again, it's probably going to be the record's probably going to be broken by the person that said it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not trying to be unrealistic or over endearing, but I do hope that somebody realizes, you know, standing in these lines, these Streamer University lines, or whatever it is. Like Drewski did the same thing a couple years back where he did the, you know what I'm talking about. I forgot what it was called, but he did the same thing where he had these tryouts for this reality TV show, and I don't know whatever came about from it. It was clearly just a marketing stunt, which is cool. That's what these people are. They are marketing geniuses. They are marketing and entertainment geniuses, right? Whether they are aware of it or not aware of it. They're good at entertaining people. They're good at bringing people together. They're good at getting you aroused. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. We need people to create excitement in this life. We need people to inspire others. We need people to influence. We need that so desperately in this world. We seriously do. We need it. There's no denying that, right? That's not the problem. Actually, like I said, there's no real problem. If I'm being completely honest, if I take the filter off, I want to say that being a part of Streamer University, I wasn't a streamer. I wasn't in the highlights. I don't know any of them, but I am deeply rooted in that university. It's what I attend. It's where I live. That's where I started my adulthood. That's where I started my first responsibilities, my first college classes, my first experiences being an independent person were at this university. And I never thought, if I'm being honest, I never, ever imagined dude to pull up to Akron to do this thing, right? But, nonetheless, it happened. It was cool, and it's happening again. And that's actually why I decided to pick up the camera and film something. I don't have any bullet points. I don't have a list of things. I don't have a closing. I don't have a conclusion. I don't have a thesis. I just have a feeling. And I think that is the point. I heard this philosophy or something, and it was from like a successful YouTuber or a person that had some form of widely accepted, widely regarded success. And they said, or their quote was, this is an easy, digestible way of translating this. Say that you want 100,000 subscribers, and your biggest idol, your biggest role model, your biggest influence, right? The person that might have that 100,000 subs, or they might be achieving that goal that you think is unrealistic. You think you could never, ever, by any circumstances, you really think that you could never do it, right? Except somebody already did it. And that's not the important thing. Here's the quote. I can show you what to do, and basically I could give you my platform. These people could literally give you their platform. They could give you their YouTube login, their Twitch login, their admin access, their Google access, and you still won't do it. You still won't do it. You could be granted the blessing, the opportunity, the airspace, the headspace, the mindset, the opportunity, the skill set to do it, right? It could be written in stone that you were going to make it. All you had to do was never give up. All you had to do was never give up. Pick the camera up every single day. Pick the basketball up every day. Pick the hammer up every day. Pick the microphone up every day. Pick the phone up every day. You know what I'm saying? Pick the speaker up every day. Write some music. If you like art, open your laptop, go on there and create that art. Pick that pencil up, take that pen out and draw and write. All you have to do is do it every day. Right? If they told you that was it. All you had to do to succeed and reach the top was do it every single day, every other day, 2 times a week, 3 times a week. You don't even have to do it every day. 3 times a week for the next 4 years, for the next 10 years, right? Like, for example, I like making these wallpapers. I made that. It's beautiful. And one of my goals is I want to get these on supercars, on Ferraris, SF90s, Lambo trucks, Uruses, Rolls Royces, RS3s, RS6s, you feel me? But the important thing is, the difficult thing is, in times of mass opportunity, or what appears to be mass opportunity, right? The masses get led to the wrong place. Instead of standing in line for somebody that, I'm not gonna say they don't care about you, because I don't know them personally. I said what's up to Kai. I dapped Agent up, and I looked at Duke Dennis. I looked at Duke Dennis from 12 feet away and just couldn't believe my eyes, right? But I don't know these people. I'm just saying, I think that your time, I think that their time, I think that our time is better spent trying and failing over and over and over and over until you either quit or it works out. I think that's it. Instead of standing in that line, making these what are they called? These initiation videos. That sounds bad. Instead of making these application videos, I think your time is better spent putting that same amount of energy, that same amount of creativity, that same amount of fire that you had, thinking that one video is gonna blow you up, right? I think that same fire that you put in, that energy is better used. Go into your studio and making a video that's stupid and then doing it again, trying something, changing it, going for your first 2 subscribers, your first 3 subscribers, your first 10 subscribers, your first 20 subscribers, your first 100 subscribers. If you can get 100 subscribers, you can get 1,000, you can get 2,000, you can get 10,000, you can get 1,000,000, you get 100,000. You get the point. These are simple ideas. These aren't super complex, oblong, abstract things. The rule is simple. And I think what these people have, I think what Kai Cenat and all of them have over the average person is they don't give a shit. You know why they don't give a shit? Because giving a shit didn't buy that lamb truck. Giving a shit didn't allow them. Once again, this is genuine. This is a genuine hoodie. It's 3 sizes too big. That's how you know. It's literally a dress. I don't have underwear on. Wait, I do have underwear on. I don't have pants on. I have underwear on. Anyway, the thing that they have figured out over the average person, the person who isn't where they are, and I'm a victim of this mindset. They don't care what people think. It didn't get them 1 million subs on Twitch. That didn't give them 14 million subscribers on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? If they cared about what everybody else thought, even their own selves, if they got in their own head when they had 800 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, 80 subscribers, if they got in their head and they quit, they would have never ever made it anywhere. And I understand. I do. It's hard to take accountability, and it's also hard to not compare yourself to these people. And that's coming from someone who literally stood next to these people. 100 of the biggest creators in modern times. Whether you think it's corny or not, as someone who is parallel to them, you walk the same route, you stayed in the same buildings, you ate the same food, right? You were in the same. Rob's is my dining hall. I go there all the time. Anybody that knows me, my friends that actually go to the university, I'm a Rob's demon. I was codenamed Rob's Gladiator for the past 3 years. So when I go from that, as someone who was loosely into creating, when you go from that to randomly, like I said, Duke, Agent, Kai, DDG. I watched DDG back in middle school. Go back in the trenches, you feel me? Back in the accurate days. Listen, and the reason I'm even making this video is because I felt like such a geek when I seen DDG walking out of the bathroom. I know it's kind of weird, but walking across the campus, walking across our student union, it was just really so crazy. I even texted DDG trolling. Like, look, here it is. I said the story was like him on the jet. And I said, you going to Akron, let me get in the studio with you, bro. I'm on campus, I already make music. And then I was trolling. I said, DD, come on, let me rap for you, bro, please. He said, what's going on? Just took some time to check out the page. It's solid. May 24th. I'm like, you feel me? That was what? That was a little over a year ago. I just couldn't believe it. I was starstruck. I was really starstruck. You could call me stupid. You could call me corny. I don't care. And look, we was like, come on. I had DG. I had him up just a couple minutes ago. He's probably up. Look, resent. How do you get to resent? Look, DDG, right there. Oh, hold on. It's an ad. You know how crazy it is for bro to just somebody that you only ever seen him right here on the TV. It's one thing to see 4 million subs in his face. It's another thing, right? Imagine this. Boom. Dude was that close to me. Spoke to him. All of them. Them diamonds, right? Them diamonds are real. That Richard Millie AP, I don't even know, bro. I don't know what that is. That is real. This life is real. That opportunity, that money, that motion, whatever you want. As a man, you want something. It doesn't matter if it's the money, the success, the viewers. whatever it is, it's real. I'm telling you. And again, I had an idea of how this video was gonna go and what I was gonna say. I woke up this morning, worked all day, thought about it all day, and it's not gonna be perfect, and I'll probably lose somebody, but I hope at least one person watches this and truly understands your ability to do anything in this life is endless. There's no competition. Think of it like this, right? There's 9 billion people on Earth. If you think about your possibility for pretty much anything, even being alive, it is statistically zero. Scientifically, none of us should be here. You should never won that sperm race. You shouldn't. The Earth should never be here. Air shouldn't exist. Water shouldn't exist. Success shouldn't exist. Outliers shouldn't exist. Billionaires shouldn't exist. Millionaires shouldn't exist. Everything we know. And listen, I hear that and I know that, and it's still not enough to motivate me some days. It's still not enough to get me going, to get my gears grinding, to get my gears turning. But I hope even if I fail, you know, even if this is my only video I make in the next 2 months, I just really need you to understand that it's possible. It's possible. In closing out, I'm gonna finish the thought I had. I'm telling you, I know you want it bad. You want it bad because you come from the trenches. You come from the ghetto. You come from nothing. You think it's going to make you happy, and it might. It could. I can't tell you it will or it won't because I don't know. You're never going to get there if you give up. You're never going to get there by someone else handing you the opportunity. I can tell you that. Even the people you think got there from it getting it handed to them, they would not be there if they didn't keep the momentum going. It's difficult to be in prison. It's difficult to be rich. It's difficult to be hungry. It's difficult to not be hungry. It's difficult to have the lights on, and it's difficult to have the lights off. It's difficult to buy a Lamborghini. It's difficult to buy a Honda. However you measure the difference, that's all a mentality. All of it is a mentality, and that's coming from not just a regular person that's just stood beside these people with the same ideas, the same motivations. Like, man, I really want that Urus. Like, man, I will whip out a Lamborghini. I will really skirt that bitch. Tyler Creator got an F40. What does Tyler the Creator know about an F40? Tell me. F40 Euro edition with the bladder pack over the fuel tank and the carbon fiber wang? I will whip that. You know what I'm saying? If you get angry in a good way, it's not like a, dang, he doesn't deserve that. It's more of a, damn, I will really whip that bitch if I have one. I will really whip that bitch if I have one. If you feel that in your heart, even if you fail, you have to keep it. You really can't. And that's what I learned from being around every day. It was only 3.5 days. I think Kai came a day early to tour the campus, and I was so geeked that I went around campus and I waited for dude to come out the building. I didn't even want to talk to him. I literally did not even want to talk to him because I knew, you know what I'm saying? He's working, doing whatever. I didn't want to talk to him. All I wanted was to see. I wanted to see it with my own 2 eyes. I wanted to see, like, man, y'all really living like that? I can't, like, you really living like that, bro. I can't believe it. And I think the most important thing, I might have said that 14 times, the most important thing, and I mean it, the most important thing that I learned from this whole fiasco was your environment. Maybe it's the setup that you have, the room you have. You don't think your walls are wide enough. You don't think your ceilings are flat enough. You don't think your bed looks good enough. You don't think you look good enough. Your hair's not cut, right? You're not lined up. Maybe you're not proud of where you're at. You know what I realized? Genuinely, that's what y'all like to say, right? Genuinely, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You know why? You know how I know that? Because I legit, Ray said that he made $100,000 in 3 days. And they were all in the building. They were all in Spanton Residence Hall. That's where I stayed my freshman year. In my freshman year, right? You know, college campuses have residence halls that are gay. Spanton was the suburbs of the ghetto. Spanton and Balger, which Balger is the building right next to Spanton. They're considered the ghetto. They're the ghetto of the Akron campus. They're getting remodeled this year. And I sat in those rooms. I would write music. I would sing. I would do videos on my phone. Way before this was even a thing. This was 3 years ago. in that same room, the same room that I thought was just the worst thing ever, right? I was almost disgusted to admit I lived in Spanton. Dude walked in that building and made $100,000 in 3 days. And, you know, I'm not good at conclusions, but I'm just saying, I probably said I'm just saying 14 times. Excuse me. I'm seriously just saying, dude, it is about what you do, not what you have, not where you're at, nothing. And not everybody wants to be a YouTuber creator. It's not just about Twitch. It's not about IRL. It's not about videos. Traditional success, new success. It all has the same formula. The people at the top, they don't get there by giving up. I'll tell you that much. You can envy all you want, but you can't give up all you want, or you'll never get there.